If you or anybody you know has been considering selling all of their crypto before the summer, this is the perfect video for you, because in it, I'm going to talk about 5 big reasons. Not only should you not be selling your crypto, you need to be buying. There is major bullish catalyst still coming for the summer of 2025. So if you're ready for the video, make sure to smash that like button, share the video with a friend that needs to see it, and make sure they're subscribed so they don't miss any of our content. All right. Let's go. All over X right now, even within the Bros Discord, I'm seeing several names and several faces say that they are considering taking profit on all their crypto, dumping altcoins even if they're in loss, because there's a fear that the summer of 2025 could look a lot like the one in 2024 or even the one in 2023, where the summer was long and boring and somewhat downward. Well, in this video, there's going to be reasons why I think that's not going to happen. In fact, stick around to the end, because my 5th major reason is showing us a massive movement coming for Bitcoin and altcoins not far behind. The first 4, though, are going to be major news reasons that I believe that Bitcoin and crypto are about to skyrocket this summer and keep the momentum going into the fall. With that said, though, let's go ahead and dive into the first story going to my screen. If you didn't know about this, last night, the Genius Act was passed on the first level. Of course, we're not necessarily saying this is set into law just yet, but they did vote, the Senate, on making this go to a 30-hour debate system. Then finally, they will vote on the final bill. I believe the final count had 66 to 34 votes against. So 66 for, 36 against. This is a massive win for cryptocurrency. Why? Because the Genius Act is a bill that will finally bring regulation to stablecoins. Stablecoins are going to be a major future for not only the crypto space as people transition their hard-earned US dollars into stablecoins, but also for the future of finance in general. And having some very clear regulation on how stablecoins will operate is going to be a catalyst for institutions and big money whales to dive into crypto even further. Again, we could be hours, if not a couple of days away from finally getting some clarity on what the regulation of stable coins will look like. That's reason number 1 that I'm bullish. Another thing that's happened here recently is that Coinbase is now a part of the S&P 500. They started trading live in the S&P 500 yesterday. This is a massive catalyst. This means that people who have 401ks, retirement plans, whether they know it or not, are invested into a crypto company. Coinbase, one of the largest crypto companies in the world. This is a major win for crypto everywhere. They are a massive player in the future of finance and, again, cryptocurrencies. This is a big win. Whether you own Coinbase or not, whether you own altcoins, Bitcoin, big win. Stocks, crypto, they're going to be like this summer. The third and third next step that we have, and the reasons why I'm super bullish, is the ETFs. The Bitcoin ETFs are continuing to see massive inflows with over $6.63 billion invested in them. You even see a chart that we tweeted out here just a couple of days ago. We're seeing major inflows again that we haven't seen since all the way back in January of 2025. This is a major win for Bitcoin, for crypto. This means the institutions and maybe not traditional crypto investors, maybe you're a person who's normally investing in the stock market, buying the S&P 500, buying the Dow Jones, they are now looking at levels of Bitcoin ETFs and they're finally buying them once again. Major reason this is going to continue into the summer. ETFs are being bought up. Let's go to number 4 here. And this one's kind of more, it deals with a lot of different issues. But at the end of the day, one of the biggest concerns that caused people to predict a recession could be coming this year was because of tariff concerns. And there's no larger country more important that we come to some sort of trade deal with than China. Well, in case you didn't know, right now, the tariffs between China and the United States have been dropped for a 90-day period while they negotiate what the final tariff deal will mean. This has caused several banks who have predicted recessions to come to back off, and now most of the analysts are predicting no recession coming in 2025, and a lot of people are expecting a major deal to be dealt with between the United States and China, which would qualm all of those fears of recession coming. This would also allow the Fed to begin to consider cutting rates sooner than maybe some people intend. Quantitative easing, bringing liquidity, will be a massive money grab for cryptocurrencies. Altcoins should go parabolic when that finally happens. China holds the key to some of those things happening. Here's crossing our fingers to say it gets the finish line. But at the end of the day, 90 days of no bearish pressure from tariffs. This is a reason why the summer is going to be very explosive. But let's move into the fifth and final reason that I am bullish, and I believe that you should not be selling your crypto, but instead you should be buying it. And for that one, we got to go to the charts. Now, you're going to see this blue line right here. This is going to be a major key to what the future of Bitcoin price looks like and altcoin price looks like. This blue line represents the M2 global money supply, and it's set to be about ahead of us by 90 days. So right now, the M2 money supply is way, way, way up here. But what we know is that Bitcoin historically travels somewhere between 70 to 90 days behind the M2 money supply. And this blue line kind of matches that just perfectly. Even though there's moments where there's a little bit of difference, sometimes Bitcoin's going down while the M2 is going up. As you can see, this has been historically an amazing tool at predicting when Bitcoin's supposed to climb, when Bitcoin's supposed to be boring, and when Bitcoin's supposed to be pulling back. Well, what are we predicting and seeing right now? If you were to zoom in to the price action of Bitcoin right now, a pullback very well could be coming. And I'll talk about that here in just a couple of seconds. A dip that I still believe could be bought in the next couple of days or next couple of weeks. But if this chart continues to be true, it called the bottom back in April. It called the top back here in December. If it's predicting that we get another explosive move here at the end of May, we could see Bitcoin go to new all-time highs and even up as high as 120,000 before the end of June. What we are seeing is what this would predict is a couple different pullbacks happening. One here again at the end of May, one here in mid-June, another in late June, and then possibly a boring July and August. Not a pullback, just a little bit of a boring move here. That's what the M2 money supply is predicting the future of Bitcoin's price should be. And if we stick to this blue line like we have in the past, we could even see the price of Bitcoin this summer go above 140, if not above $150,000 before it has the next boring sideways price action. With that said, though, you're going to be saying, Tim, does that mean I buy right now? Well, if you don't have enough Bitcoin, if you don't have enough altcoins, sure. I think it's a great time to buy right now. But I do think, again, I'm going to continue to preach this. It keeps rallying to the upside, but every coin that goes up like this has to have some form of a correction at some point. You can see even in the M2 money supply, there are pullbacks that happen within a bullish trend. And Bitcoin right now is marking overbought territory. Out here on the daily chart, we mentioned this the other day, but if you haven't watched any of our videos, I want to make sure you're clear with this. Luxalgo is giving us a sell signal on the daily chart, something we have not seen since all the way back in February when we started to have some major pullbacks. We have a red reversal, we have bearish divergences, and these gray dots giving us bearish momentum. And then this green fluff here in the middle, this little bubble here, that is the money flow. And money has been very positive here since back in March. It's finally going to the downside once again, giving us a trifecta sell signal call here on the daily chart for Bitcoin. Our target for that is going to be somewhere here in the realm of $100,000. No guarantee we get that low, but between the daily chart smart trail climbing to that level, the 12-hour smart trail being currently in that level, and several different fair value gaps in this camp as well, there's still a lot of reason to believe that Bitcoin could make its way back down to or even slightly below $100,000. If you want to know more about how we are purchasing and handling the Bitcoin price action, make sure you're joining our VIP trading group where we discuss the charts every single day in depth in live trading sessions and live Q&As. Another reason I think the pullback should be happening here is this formation is a classic reversal. It's a rising channel where we have a parallel level of resistance in this red line and a rising support level, this green line, giving us a signal that more than likely we are going to want to see Bitcoin reject. We have those bearish divergences and come back down here again, closer towards, if not below, $100,000. After that, though, like I showed you on M2 money supply, The sky is the limit this summer. If you're considering selling, hey, you know what? I'm not a financial advisor. You're in charge of your money. You do what you want to do. But if you do follow the M2 money supply, if you are paying attention to all of the major headlines affecting our economy and the crypto markets right now, very little reason to sell, almost every reason in the world to buy. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. That's all I have for you in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Adios. Well, look at there. You made it to the end of the video, which means you probably did enjoy it. So right now, go and smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our content. But if you want to go deeper, if you want to learn more about what I think and the rest of our team thinks on the markets, the daily news, and what's going on in the charts, make sure to check out our VIP trading group, where every single day we are discussing everything going on. We're going live several times a day to answer all of your questions and set up several trades to make money no matter what the markets look like. Go sign up right now with that link down below. I'll see you over there.